Conversations with gospel artists, pastors. Our faith is what got us through all the troubles and disasters. Indeed, we fell short, but the Lord never passed us. Our belief in God is the most important factor. It's the Veleka B Project. You're now tuned in to the Veleka B Project with your host, Veleka B, lover of God, founder and CEO of Set Apart and Chosen. Sit back and relax and enjoy the conversations.
Hey family, it's been a minute. It's your girl Veleka B, founder and CEO of Set Apart and Chosen. We are here for a new season of the Veleka B Project, and what I am going to start doing is having some girl talk with my girlfriends. We're going to sit on the couch, we're going to relax, and we're going to go through different clips of videos and just talk about daily different everyday life things. So I have one of my childhood besties with me. They used to call us Ebony and Ivory. Can y'all guess who was Ivory? It wasn't me. This is my girl Vernitra is in the building. Hey. Girl, let me tell y'all something about our friendship. We do not talk every day.
Nope.
We do not talk every month. Sometimes be over a year, but when we finally talk, it's just like we talked yesterday.
Yep, hadn't lost a beat.
That's true friendship, for real, for real.
That's
like,
right.
We don't get mad at each other. One thing about it, if I text and say, pull up, I'm coming. That's true friendship.
I'm coming.
But my radio family, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all my different families, welcome back to podcast. Welcome back to a new season. I said I was going to call it Tell the Truth, Shame the Devil. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start telling the truth right here. Because people don't like to tell the truth no more.
They like to test a lie.
They ain't nothing but a bunch of tester liars and no tester pulpits and stuff. But we ain't going to go there today. Man, we got a video clip we want y'all to listen to. And what we're going to do is have a conversation. Like Larry Reid would say, have a darn conversation. He don't say that. I ain't gonna say what he said because I'll end up cussing.
No,
and I don't cuss. Don't say. Same fine people. Shout out.
Don't
what they say.
People. No Veleka B. Okay.
Oh yeah, my name Veleka B. I'm sorry. Okay, let's use this clip. I can't think of who this lady named, but if you guys know who this pastor, minister is, let us know. But here's the clip that we're gonna have a discussion about on today.
Sometimes folk gotta fire you. Sometimes folk gotta reject you. Sometimes folk gotta walk away from you for your real vision to come out. Sometimes rejection is the birthing place of your real vision. And that's why everybody that left you, everybody that walked away, everybody that looked over you, everybody that stepped over you, everybody that pushed you aside, you ought to tell them thank you, because it wasn't until you fired me. It wasn't until you rejected me. It wasn't until you pushed me aside that God unfolded and revealed my vision.
Whew, child.
You good?
Yeah, we good. Man, that was talking about fire. Okay, we're talking about firing, but we can talk about a job situation. We can talk about a relationship, friendships,
family situation,
family, the church.
It covers a lot.
Yeah,
it covers a lot of ground.
Where you want to start, Vernitra?
I can start with the job.
Go ahead.
So I can recall a job that we both worked. We won't call the name. We worked there, and so that morning you could just feel the tension in the air. You could tell something was going on. So as people were getting called in, people were getting nervous. You know, we had cars, homes, children.
They ain't care
At all.
at all.
So once we figured out who was going and who was staying, after I realized my computer didn't work, I knew I was on the chopping block. So I just sat there waiting for them to call me in. They called me in and explained that they were having a layoff, and everybody else other people were having attitudes and being mad, and when they talked to me, I actually told them thank you. It had to be God, because that would have been something else coming up. But I told them thank you. I thanked them for the opportunity. Had they not put me on a layoff, I would have never left.
Right.
I would have been complacent. I would have stayed.
Right.
So it was a help to me.
Right.
Little did they know, but
Right. Let me just go back and let me look at a little piece of it again.
okay.
Hold on.
Sometimes folk gotta fire you. Sometimes folk gotta reject you. Sometimes folk gotta walk away from you for your real vision to come out. Sometimes rejection is the birthing place of your real vision. And that's why everybody that left you, everybody that walked away, everybody that looked over you, everybody that stepped over you, everybody that pushed you aside, you ought to tell them thank you, because it wasn't until you fired me. It wasn't until you rejected me. It wasn't until you pushed me aside that God unfolded and revealed my vision.
Okay. The reason I wanted to go back on that too, because sometimes, like, even it seemed like when you get pushed out, but you didn't even get sad or anything.
At all. It was a blessing in disguise. I didn't ask to be let go.
Yeah.
But it didn't bother me. It didn't hinder my spirit. It pushed me to do other things. Had they not done that, I would have, again, still been there, been complacent, and I probably would still be there to this day. I wouldn't have left.
Did you have your home at the time?
No, did I have my own? I can't remember.
I can't remember. But I was just saying, because that job, and then you got laid off. You don't got laid off before.
I did have my home, and
But you never lost anything though.
never
That's what I'm
lost-
saying.
Never missed a beat, paying my bills, any of that.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, it was a blessing
Yeah.
to open up other opportunities elsewhere.
Man, I'm thinking about relationships though. Relationships too. I'm trying to think of a bad relationship.
But sometimes bad relationships, you're in them for a reason and a season. That they get on your nerves,
Yeah.
but you learn something from that.
Yeah.
You learn what to do and what not to do.
Right.
So again, once they're gone, you can tell, thank you for the life lesson,
Right.
and keep it moving.
Listen, I look, but I wasn't fired. I think I kind of did the firing though, and that was with my ex-husband. You remember a time we went to the club, y'all. We was at the club, don't judge us.
Yeah.
We went to the club and kept getting those phone calls from him, and then your mama started calling us.
Like, girl, this man sitting outside the house, he calling. So yeah, then I go take you back, and I'm scared for my life, and then you are. But what if I'm like, girl, whatever he's gonna do, he have to do that with him. It won't involve me.
But see, that firing, I did the firing on that one, but that allowed me to move on.
Right.
And even though I had a house, same thing. I had a home because I was like, God, I don't know how I'm gonna pay these bills.
Right.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this. But the crazy part, because the next day, I ended up winning the money on the radio station.
That's right.
Because I cried all night long. Because what we ended up doing was taking him, because he was suicidal that night, and we ended up taking him to the
Some type of facility.
Some type of facility. So I stayed up all night long crying. I didn't even go to sleep, and I had to be at work the next morning.
And you didn't tell me.
I didn't tell you that?
No.
Oh.
I didn't know you boo-hooed all night.
You couldn't look at my eyes. Them things were swollen.
Well, I mean, you know.
But
You had been out, too.
yeah, that's true. But that particular night, and on my way to work, I just prayed, and I was like, God, please give me a sign. And a lot of times, God can give you the signs, and we just don't want to see the signs.
Right. We ignore them.
We ignore the signs. So on my way to work, keep in mind that I think I finally got home about 6 o'clock in the morning. I had to be at work at 7. But keep in mind, man, on my way, I was crying on my way to work. Like, God, show me something. Mm-hmm. Show me a sign. Because I don't know how I'm going to make it without him, now when I look back, girl, you crazy. You were making it without him. You were making it with him without him.
Exactly.
But I prayed, like, Lord, give me a sign. Show me something. Show me something. Show me this. Show me that. Show me this. Then this radio station in Atlanta is called V103, and they had a Free Money Kitty.
Right.
Free Money Kitty.
That was our friend, Free Money Kitty.
Free Money Kitty. You had to be the 103rd.
Our job was to call V103.
Our job was to call V103. On the job. So we ended up calling, you and I. We even had the other little ladies in the office. They were doing it. Everybody was doing it. So just so happened, they answered the phone for me. And they were like, you are the 103rd caller. I'm like, oh my God. Right. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You were like, damn it.
Yeah, what are they saying? What are they saying?
I don't know. So I had to guess the right number. It was like $11,823, something like that.
It was only like 2 numbers.
It was only two numbers, yeah.
And I think I actually told you which one to guess. Yeah. But I was praying like, God, please, yes, please, please, and that was it.
So when the money hit, ended up winning the money. Then the following week, won money on 104. There was like $1,000. Right. And God was like, see, I'm your provider. You don't have to depend on this man. You don't have to depend on no job. You don't have to depend on no situation. Just depend on me.
I got your back.
I got your back.
That's right.
And when I won that money, broke my sister house on too. Because we all had the same numbers together. But when I won that money, I put that joke out. It's like, you got to go.
That was the push you needed.
I needed that push. So that was my firing and your firing from the job. And we still made it. We still made it. We still make it to this day.
That's right.
To this day.
In spite of everything that's going on.
In spite of everything. So that was a job situation. That was a relationship situation. You gonna have some friendships like that too, though? Like some friendship that really just broke you.
I won't say the friendship necessarily broke me, but it let me know that this person was not the friend to me that I was to them.
Mm-hmm. Is somebody I know too?
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I felt like we were sisters. Like we were just from the same
Y'all
parents.
were closer than me and you. Me and her.
Right.
Y'all was really close.
Right. And I guess just life situations change people. Mm-hmm. But I never expected that type of change from this person because we were that close.
Yeah.
Whatever I had, this person had.
Yeah. I thought it was your child.
Exactly. And then it just got to a point where we just parted ways and never mended those fences ever.
Closure.
No closure. No closure at all. But if she reached out to me, I would talk to her.
Right.
I would talk to her. I have no hard feelings, but again, I just feel like there are people in your life for a reason in the season. And I guess our season was up.
Right. Absolutely right.
What about you? Any friendship?
For a second, hold on. As far as friendship goes, yeah, I done had some, but let me tell you about me. When I'm done, there's no hard feelings.
Right.
I'm done. It's like you are invisible. I'm not gonna even say dead to me because y'all gonna be like, oh, she should have said that. But you are really invisible to the point where I forget that you even existed.
Exactly.
So when I finally see you, like, you done did some things to me so hard and so harsh, I honestly don't even think about it.
You blocked it out.
I blocked it out. So, like, I never forget that time I saw my ex. My baby's father, ex. He was at Big Chick one time, and he was like, hey, Lee. I'm like, man, you still living. Like, seriously, like, I X'd you out of my existence.
Right.
For me to have a peace of mind, I couldn't even think about you no more. I had to block you, leave you, everything. I don't have a couple of friendships like that. And I know that I didn't do them any wrong.
Right.
It was, I'm not gonna even go there, but yeah, it was different. It was different. It was different. Church situation. I don't have a church situation. You remember the last one? My last one.
You had me want to put my boots on Sunday.
Listen. That thing was so difficult. My last church experience, not the one I'm at now. I'm in good position. I'm in good standing. I'm in good period. But my last one, like, we bumped heads. But I blame myself now. Let me tell you why I blame myself for a lot of stuff that went on. Because I was trying to fix something I should let God fix.
That's right.
I should have I should have let God fix it. But now I'm fast. God wasn't moving. Lord, you ain't moving fast enough to get these folks out this church. So let me fix this myself. And the reason I was trying to fix it, because I knew it was just causing some, I kept seeing what it was. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't allow God to fix it. So I helped create a mess out of something that I should just sit back and trusted God, which I didn't. We always say we trust God, but you really don't. And I didn't trust God at the time.
We don't have patience.
That's it, patience. Yeah.
Patience.
So I just didn't trust God, and my mouth, I never could come out my mouth and say it, but I never trust God. And it was so, the resentment and the anger built up until one day, I was so mad and so angry that I never understood it until one day I was so frustrated and I was so mad, and I just started speaking out, and I was like, I hate this person. And I'm like, whoa, Veleka, did you just say that?
Right, that's a long way out of your character.
Veleka, did you just say you hated somebody? Now, since you realize what you have deep in you, deep rooted in you, now it's time for you to fix this. Because you don't walk around here and hate nobody.
Right.
So I had to work on that, which I did. But God would not remove me out of that situation until I made amends.
Until you made it right.
So I never forget, I was sitting on the front row of the church, and I'm talking about an old pastor, y'all, so I was an old pastor, it was. So I was sitting on the front row of the church, and the secretary of the church, she was getting ready to make an announcement, how old school we do announcements and everything. So she was getting ready to make the announcements in the church. And God was just speaking, the Holy Spirit just kept speaking to me, and like, okay, you got to get up in front of the church and apologize. And I was like, but God, why should I apologize? She the one did it.
Right. She did the wrong.
And he was like, the Holy Spirit was like, let me fix that. And you do like I asked you to.
Right.
So I got up after the secretary spoke. I said, I have something to say. And, Pastor, she already had an attitude with me anyway. So she was looking like, oh, there she go. So, I turned around to the church and I said, I have helped cause a lot of confusion in the church. And I do apologize. And I looked at her and I apologized to her as well. And then, she was just excited, like, oh, now we can move on and thank you and this and that, whatever. And so, I had to leave because I was so shook, because I was like, man, I didn't want to do that.
You didn't want it, right.
So I cried myself out of the church, but on my way out, I had some of the people in the church that come out and they was hugging me and stuff. And they were like, you did good. But then, when I came back the following Sunday, they were like, she didn't even apologize to you. And I was like, no, I was telling God on my way home, I was like, she didn't even apologize to me. And he was like, you did your part.
Right.
That's on her. You know what I'm saying?
She has to answer for that.
She has to answer for that. So I couldn't get released from the place I was at until I did right.
Right.
So after that, like a month or two later, I ended up going to another church. So as I went to another church, like increase, you know what I'm saying? I went from that church to this church. I ended up, working in the ministry. I said, I'm never going to work in the ministry no more. I'm not going to sing no more. I'm not going to do nothing. I don't want to do nothing no more. Ever again, I don't want to do nothing. I just want to sit, get the word, and just go out.
Go home.
But when you got it in you to serve,
that's your mission.
When you got it in you to serve, you just can't sit still.
Nope.
Yeah. So that's what ended up happening. So from that point, I ended up helping out with the marketing when they ended up deleting the marketing department. Then the marketing started going down. I was like, I went to my pastor. You know me. I said, I don't say it to me. I don't know what I mean. I was like, hey, pastor. I was like, I just want to talk to you about the marketing department. And, since the marketing department is gone now, everything just looked bad. And he was like, really? I was like, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I was like, and my thing, I always do 3 months. I was like, okay, I'll give you 3 months. Let me come in, let me help out. We'll build the team back up with them, whatever. So 3 months went on. We drilled them 3 months on. So at the end of the 3 months, it was so funny. At the end of the 3 months, I was like, okay, it's December, not similar. Hey, December 31st, I'm done, whatever. And he was like, no, you can't go. No, you can't stop. And I'm like, I said, I told you 3 months. This was my thing, whatever. So after the 3 months, I was doing everything like God was telling me to do. Then I ended up getting a job. Never had a marketing job before. Ended up getting a job with a church in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Wow.
Yeah, but I was still at my church. I was just doing it from home. But that was a major blessing. That was my first ever big marketing thing. So I ended up doing that 3 months. That's talking about them 3.
It is.
3 months, my contract was over. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was so mad at God at the time. Like, all right, so you gonna hold me out the dry. I'm like,
you set me up, God.
It was 3 months. But the crazy part is, a week later, the pastor, the first lady, she ended up getting a position at the church, at my church I'm at now, as the CEO, and she brought me in to do marketing, be over the marketing department. So it's just like you got to follow the order that God give you.
Okay.
So
Trust the process.
So from that, and you would say me bumping head, there was a way or form of firing. Me with the baby daddy / ex-husband, that was a form of me firing him.
Right.
But I had to follow. And God, before y'all say, I'm supposed to get no divorce, whatever. But if you ain't never asked God to marry this person in the first place,
you should have never been married to begin with.
That part. So if you ain't never asked, you ain't never did that part. So I never went to God and said, hey, God, do you want me to marry this? Are we equally yoked? Do we need to do A, B? None of that. So
You let the flesh take over.
Nothing but the flesh. Nothing but the flesh.
Get us in so much trouble.
Every time. But yeah, that's the firing experience. Yeah, any more before we wrap?
None that I can think of offhand. Well, I had another job situation where this manager came in, and from day one, it was almost like somebody told him, I don't care what she says, it's no, it's negative.
Oh, wow.
And I had been with this company from the ground up.
Oh, wow.
So I knew a lot.
Yeah.
Anything I said, well, no, we'll just do it another way. No, we'll just do this. But if somebody says the same thing that I said, oh, that's a good idea. That's a great idea. But it wasn't great when I said it. So it was so bad, pretty much everybody in the company knew that this person had it out for me, and I had done nothing to this person. Ended up, this person was doing some foul stuff at work, and they ended up firing him, and I ended up staying.
Oh, wow.
Past him. But it wasn't a firing for me. But when you mess with God's people,
exactly,
God's got a way to show you
exactly
you don't have control over them. You can't change anybody's life unless I allow you to.
Exactly.
And that's what that person was trying to do, but he didn't win. He ended up losing in the end.
Right.
So again, thank you. I appreciate it.
See what I'm saying? So guys, please understand that firing always do not mean something bad.
That's right.
It could be elevation, leveling up, or it could be protecting you for something negative that could happen later on down the line.
That's
so,
right.
Well, Miss V, how did you like it?
Girl, it's good. I'm so glad we done talking though.
Y'all know the first time she don't even have Facebook. She don't have any of these things. I was like, I called up like, come on, let's have some girl talk. Let's chat like we used to back in the day. So I really do appreciate you. We're gonna do this again, and we're gonna do it again, and we're gonna do it again.
It wasn't that bad. I made it through. I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. B. You don't have a social media platform.
I do not. This
So
is
y'all
my
can't
social media.
y'all can follow her, but make sure you follow the Veleka B Project on Instagram, Facebook. Ooh, we even on TikTok. With Set Apart and Chosen as well.
Okay.
Yeah, YouTube as well. So make sure you follow the Veleka B and also Set Apart and Chosen. You know, we're here every single week. We're back, new season. We're excited about it. Thank you so much for supporting the Veleka B Project, and we will see you again next time. Peace out.
Well, that concludes this episode of the Veleka B Project with your host, Veleka B. Until next time we meet, be blessed. The Veleka B Project.